I am the founder of Luxperia Collective. And a little bit about our collective is that we wanted to create an organization, almost like the DMC version of a hotel association, to support small to medium-sized enterprises throughout not just the Far East in Southeast Asia, but also throughout Asia. So that's been my background, particularly working with high-end experiential style of travel, as well as private travel and MICE groups. So I'm really privileged to share the Zoom stage tonight with my partner in Sri Lanka, who, in similar to me, has got decades worth of experience in servicing high-end travel and their guests. And what we'd like to do is share Sri Lanka with the wider audience of the Dmcfinder. So I'm privileged to introduce Laru to our audience tonight for those viewing and also for those watching in recordings. Over to you, Laru.
Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. So Ayubowan to all of you. Ayubowan is our traditional greeting in Sri Lanka, which means may all beings on the universe live long, happily. So it's not about you and me, it's about everyone in the universe, all beings in the universe. TDC Sri Lanka, we are a 100% Sri Lankan owned, managed and operated company with 3 directors, including myself. We carry 50 years of combined hands-on experience on DMC management and operations. So we proudly claim as the market leader in the Japanese market, and we work with all prestigious brands in the Japan. We also work with the Australian market, the Far Eastern, Middle Eastern, and Indian markets. So we proudly represent Luxperia collection in Sri Lanka. So I invite you to visualize the pictures in the presentation I'm going to present to you. While I present, Joe probably can share a detailed presentation later on with the content. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Sri Lanka was defined as the finest island of its size by Marco Polo, a tropical exotic island paradise in the Indian Ocean, a multicultural community with over 2,500 years of recorded history, an island with a landmass of 65,610 square kilometers, yet offers 8 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, pristine beaches, misty mountains with breathtaking views, wildlife, lifestyles, indigenous tribes, culinary experiences, and inhabited by the world's most hospitable human beings. Sri Lanka is indeed a paradise on earth. So Lonely Planet says endless beaches, timeless ruins, welcoming people, oodles of elephants, killer surf, fun cranes, famous tea, flavorful food, need we go on. Brief facts. We have a total population of 21.6 million. Our commercial capital is Colombo. Official languages are Sinhala and Tamil, but English is widely spoken. Currency is Sri Lankan rupees. So 1 pound is equivalent to 275 rupees. So if you convert 100 pounds, you have a wallet full of money in your hand in Sri Lanka. Ethnicity, we have 74% of Sinhalese, 15.4 Tamil, 9.2 Moors, those are Muslims. and 0.5% of burghers. Religion, Buddhism 7.2, Hinduism 12.6, Islam 9.7, Christianity 7.4. And we drive on the left, the dialing code is 94. In a regular map, Sri Lanka is located in the middle. It has been the door for the east to go west and vice versa. Sri Lanka was in the middle of famous Silk Route, and that's why the China is so fond of us even now. Sri Lanka is connected by all major airlines, example, Sri Lankan Airlines, Emirates, Qatar, Singapore, Thai Airways, Malaysian Airlines, and many more. A direct flight from London to Colombo will take 10 hours and 45 minutes. In case your clients happen to be in North India, like Delhi, it would take 3 hours and 35 minutes. From South India, it's hardly 1 hour. And from Maldives, it's 1 hour and 25 minutes. The new norm. Sri Lankan borders were open for foreigners from January. Top 3 countries we were amongst the top 3 countries in the world combating COVID-19 in the first wave. And currently we are in top 10 because we had a setback in our second wave. Operates in a bio bubble, which includes 168 certified hotels, certified network of vehicles, guides, drivers, through certified DMCs, 18 prominent sites, and 25 tourist shops. So meeting the needs of WHO and WTC, World Tourism Council, Sri Lanka Tourism initiated a very thorough set of guidelines on par with world's best safety protocols. KPMG and Ernst & Young conduct continuous assessments on safety protocols. So the key features in our new norm, mandatory medical insurance of $12 per person, which gives a $50,000 medical cover for 30 days in Sri Lanka. Any COVID-19 guest will be given world-class medical care. Visa will be extended only after making firm bookings through a certified DMC or a hotel. All safety items are provided. All service providers who would encounter guests have to undergo a thorough screening process and an antigen test 24 hours before the meeting guests. So this is how it works. On arrival, vaccinated or not, there is a PCR test after checking into the first hotel. There's no screening done at the airport. All tests will be done at the hotel at client's convenience. If vaccinated, guests can go out of the bio bubble on the 7th day after a negative PCR test. If not vaccinated, PCR tests on departure or on the 14th day to go out of the bio bubble. Sri Lanka Tourism is currently working on getting an approval to let the vaccinated clients to go out of the bio bubble after the first PCR test. So if that's the case, it'll be very convenient for clients who are vaccinated. They can travel outside the bio bubble. They can meet the community and travel wherever they want in Sri Lanka. I invite you to I invite you to watch this video for 4 minutes, a brief one.
While looking for the ultimate events destination, the answer lies in an enchanting island, the events destination with a full package of meetings, incentive travel, conferences. Exhibitions. Hosted in a place no other. A place renowned for its smiling hospitality, with a splendid selection of five-star hotels. Boutique hotels, villas. And of course, enchanting beach resorts. An island nation with easy access to everything, international and domestic air services, transport facilities, including modern highways and superior communication. The land of 1,000 unique experiences. Glitzy supermalls for shopping. Great destinations for adventure. Places rich in history and culture. Cuisine with the flavors of paradise. A truly unique destination for any event, with endless possibilities for business and leisure.
Wow,
Thank you.
that looks amazing. Once we want to be on holiday like now, like yesterday.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So, as in any country, the soul of Sri Lanka is its people and its communities. Sri Lanka has a multi-ethnic population of 21.6 million. The majority of them are Sinhalese, Buddhists, the Tamil Muslim, Malay, and the Burghers. Burghers are the descendants of Portuguese, Dutch, and British who have now settled in Sri Lanka. So these communities add a lot of color and vibrance to the nation. Sri Lanka's indigenous people are called Vaddas, who have been occupying the land for almost 18,000 years. They now have become a very small community and live in certain parts of the island. There is a very small Afro-Sri Lankan community who are the descendants of Africans who were brought to Sri Lanka by the British during the World War I and II. And also a gypsy community which believed to have originated from South India. Sri Lankans are known for their warm hospitality. People are very friendly and easygoing. Being an island nation, we enjoy laid back, comparatively a slow lifestyle. I believe every country has its own philosophy. It will be easier to understand a country by first understanding its philosophy. Sri Lanka is, of course, a multi-ethnic and multi-religious island. However, since Buddhism was introduced to Sri Lanka in the 3rd century BC, Sri Lankan lifestyle, eating habits, culture, arts, literature, architecture, literally everything was influenced and revolved around Buddhism in a good way. There's a historical proof that Gautama Buddha visited Sri Lanka twice. Although the Buddhism was originated in India, the Dhamma, the teachings, the actual teachings of Buddha was first scriptured and recorded in Sri Lanka. It was from Sri Lanka, Buddhism was spread to the Asia and to the world in an organized way. Sri Lanka is the center of Theravada. Theravada is the oldest stream of Buddhism in the world. The 3 universal truths, noble truths, 8-fold noble writer's path, meditation, mindfulness are the core values of Buddhism. The world's first recorded IQ test and world's first wildlife sanctuary was declared in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is home for 6 cultural and 2 natural UNESCO heritage sites. 8th wonder of the world, fortress in the sky, as we call it. Sigiri Rock Fortress is Sri Lanka's gift to the world of wonders. Named as the 8th wonder, Sigiri is by far the most popular and sought after site in Sri Lanka. It is an architectural marvel which surprises the archaeologists even now. It is a meditation monastery converted to a palace in the 5th century. A sophisticated palace on a rock with modern daylight elevators, fountains, frescoes, which are even preserved till now, are the main highlights of the sites. There are 1,234 steps if one wants to climb Sigiri. Sri Lanka offers one of the finest wildlife experiences outside Africa. The Big Five, as we call them, and hundreds of other unique species are in a close proximity. The largest mammal on land and in water are just around the corner. The Great Elephant Gathering at Minneria National Park is the most sought after wildlife attraction in Sri Lanka and the greatest wildlife spectacle in Asia. It is ranked as the 6th world's best wildlife marvel. Each year from month of April, herds of elephants begin to gather at the Minneria National Park in north central province of Sri Lanka. Week by week, the numbers grow until several hundreds of wild elephants can be seen by the months of July to September, creating a unique natural marvel, the Great Elephant Gathering of Asia. Other species includes 33 endemic birds, over 200 migrant birds who visit the island to escape the European winters, and over 170 other tropical birds. Other animals include monkeys, turtles, dolphins, water buffaloes, deers, samba deers, crocodiles, and many more. Being an island strategically located in the Indian Ocean, Sri Lanka has been in crossroad to historical shipping routes for centuries. The Ceylon, then Ceylon, was literally the center of the shipping networks like Silk Road, which bridged the East with the West. During World War I and II, Ceylon was a colony of the British Empire and was a major hub for their warships. The warm tropical waters around the island, the Indian Ocean, is home to a stunning range of marine life and corals. Sri Lanka is filled with adventure and thrills. The origin of local medicines and treatment methods date back to more than 4,570 years to King Ravana's time. World's first documented hospital was established in Sri Lanka. There had been hospitals for animals. Archaeologists have found out some tools which believed to have used for brain surgeries, similar to the tools which are used now. At a very later stage, Ayurveda was established and, in Sri Lanka, which was originated in India, of course. Till today, Hela Vedakama, the Sri Lankan treatment methods, and Ayurveda are very much in practice and is being widely used. There are very experienced yoga gurus, and yoga lessons are conducted in hotels throughout the island. A collection of international and local spa treatments and rituals are available too. Sri Lanka is surrounded by the Indian Ocean. Whatever time of the year, there is always somewhere in Sri Lanka where one can enjoy the glorious Indian Ocean and the beach. Due to tidal and wind strengths, there are two main seasons, west and south coast from November to March, and the east from May to October. The heart of the island ranges from 500 meters to 2,500 meters above sea level. The mist-wrapped ranges of mountain peaks with stunning scenic views, carpeted with tea plantations, and graced by astonishing waterfalls. This is a place where you can wear a fleece in the daytime and cuddle up beside a log fire in the evening. It is a heaven for naturalists due to its amazing biodiversity. The city at the peak, called Nurelia, is known as the Little England due to the weather and also due to the British colonial architecture. There are three main historical periods in Sri Lanka. Prehistory of Sri Lanka, which goes back to 48,000 years. The written history in Sri Lanka had started in the 3rd century BC with the arrival of an Aryan prince from North India. There are written proof that even at that time, Sri Lanka had a civilization. The current day Vaddas, the indigenous tribe of Sri Lanka, used to live during that period too. Sri Lanka has been inseparable from Indian influence throughout our history, yet have managed to retain a different identity ever since. Sri Lanka later became a colony of the Portuguese, the Dutch, and by the British, till we once again became an independent nation in 1948. Ceylon was known around the world as the land of spices, the birthplace of cinnamon, which still produces the world's best cinnamon and many more spices. The staple food in Sri Lanka is rice and curries. Usually rice is eaten with 4 to 5 curries, typically vegetarian dishes consisting varieties of vegetables, leafy dishes, and fried chilies and pickles. In addition to there is a whole range of dining options like string hoppers, egg hoppers, milk rice, and so on, as you can see in the picture. Tea itself is a culture in Sri Lanka. Sri Lankans start and end their day with a hot cup of tea. Tea goes hand in hand with our well-known Sri Lankan hospitality. Tea plucking, tea tasting, tea ceremonies, tea factories are some of the experiences we extend to our guests. So no Sri Lankan experience is complete if one doesn't experience toddy and arak in Sri Lanka. So when to travel, Sri Lanka is never out of season. It is just one needs to plan which part of the island to explore. There are two rainy seasons, South monsoon and East monsoon, from April to May and October to November. Temperature in Colombo, the commercial city, and in the coastline is about 25 to 29 Celsius throughout the year. April is the hottest time. It goes over 32 Celsius. So we are experiencing the hottest weather currently in Sri Lanka these days. Mid-hill country, the weather is, temperature is about 20 to 25 Celsius. In the hills, it's from 10 to 16 Celsius. And our annual average humidity is 74%. Sri Lanka caters to a quite a variety of clientele, from backpackers to the most high-end. There is a plenty of local brands which have mastered the art of Sri Lankan hospitality in our own way of Sri Lankan architecture. Most of the private boutique hotels are with joint partnerships with foreigners, bringing in international expertise. There are plenty of prestigious international brands available in Sri Lanka too. So different types of accommodation we have, high-end private villas, boutique resorts, luxury resorts and spas, vintage hotels, eco resorts and safari lodges, camping, mud houses, tree houses, motorhomes. In fact, we pioneered in introducing motorhomes in Sri Lanka to foreigners, and also 1 to 5 star hotels, resorts, budget, mid-range, and luxury homestays, dormitories. So these are the international brands which are available in Sri Lanka. There are many international chains coming in. MICE possibilities, corporate incentive groups, small specialized groups, wildlife, birding, butterfly, fauna and flora, camping, glamping, architecture tours, sporting tours, especially cricket, because Sri Lanka has a fancy for cricket, and we have very good cricket grounds. So we host school teams, club teams all around the world. Weddings and other events, conferences and meetings. Dining experiences. TDC arrange variety of cooking lessons together with hotel partners and also with some traditional, passionate local personalities from remote villages to urban cities. So these are some of the dining experiences we give. High tea overlooking the Indian Ocean from a vintage hotel. We probably have the best crab in the world. This particular restaurant, Ministry of Crab, is run by Kumar Sangakkara and Mahela Jayawardena, the famous cricketers, and also together with the celebrity chef Darshan Munidasa. So some of the dining experiences we do in Sri Lankan estate bungalows, luxury viceroy train, cave dining, sunrise breakfast. We arrange on a cliff near to Sigiriya. So at the sunrise, we serve the breakfast overlooking Sigiriya Rock Fortress. So it's an amazing backdrop at the sunrise. Typical village dining, and of course different theme dinners. And some we also do lots of MICE activities, starting from traditional Sri Lankan games to go-karting, etc. So I have a small I can take you through a small itinerary in Sri Lanka if interested. With interest, yeah. So Negombo is the closest beach destination to the airport. So we usually start a tour from Negombo. It's just 20 minutes from the airport. And then we take them around. We have a very nice mud house experience in Anamadua. And then we take them to Kalpitia. Kalpitia is a beach destination. It's one of the best surfing points in Sri Lanka and in the world as well. And then one can explore the south, the north, the national park, Vilpattu National Park, which is very famous for leopards, and Jaffna, the furthest point of Sri Lanka, and then come to the cultural triangle, as we call, to Anuradhapura, and Trincomalee is our east coast. Kolonaru again a heritage site under the cultural triangle. Sigiriya, where the eighth wonder is, and then come to Mahiangania, where the indigenous Veddas live. We have a range of experiences with them, like having dinner with them, participating with them for their dances and other rituals. We serve some of the ancient cuisines they cook while you are there. So it's a very nice experience we arrange in Mahayangania with the Veddas, the indigenous people, and then the Middle Hill country, Kandy, which is also our most respected Buddhist temple is. Then Nuwara, our uppermost hill station. And then comes the safari area, and then to the South Beach, Galle, and to Colombo. So this is a typical itinerary we do for our clients.
Larry, quick question. So how many days trip would that be then?
This can do it leisurely for a 14 days tour.
Okay, so it needs like a good 2 weeks, and it wouldn't be just a small incentive. It would be a long trip.
Yeah.
So what would you offer them for an incentive? What would be your main kind of places of interest?
Yeah.
For like a 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, for incentives, we mainly use Colombo, commercial city, and we do excursions to the beaches and to the hills, day excursion, and to Sigiriya. So it can be stationed in Colombo or in the south or east beaches.
Okay, cool. Okay, fantastic.
I might just jump in as well. I think one, for people who have got a shorter amount of time for Sri Lanka, you can certainly combine Colombo with the hills in Kandy, and then head down towards the wildlife sanctuaries in the south, or switch to Galle for its historic center as well. So I think doing a triangular shape like that could be the bare minimum for anybody that's looking for a quick 5 nights, 7 nights in Sri Lanka.
Fantastic. Thank you, Lynn.